Hey everyone, welcome to Lincoln Wheat Penny Collectors, the ultimate channel for rare and valuable pennies. Discover the most sought-after Lincoln cents, hidden mint varieties, and coins worth thousands in today's market. Let's explore the history and treasure behind every penny. First coin, the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the D mint mark. While millions of these pennies were produced, certain rare characteristics and collector demand can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary discovery. The coin features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history. His image has appeared on the United States 1-cent coin since 1909, the year that marked the 100th anniversary of his birth. The Lincoln cent was the first regular U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a real historical person, making it a very important piece in the history of American coinage. On the front of the coin, also known as the obverse, you will see Lincoln's profile facing to the right. Around the portrait are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," above his head, and "Liberty" on the left side. The year of issue appears on the right side of the coin, and just below the date, you may notice a small letter that represents the mint mark. In the case of the coin we are discussing today, that small letter is AD, which indicates the coin was struck at the United States Mint in Denver. The reverse side of the coin features the famous wheat design, which is why these coins are commonly known as wheat pennies. On each side of the coin, you can see two curved wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above these words is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, which means out of many one. This wheat design was used on Lincoln pennies from 1909 until 1958, before being replaced with the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny, with the D mint mark, was produced during a time when the United States economy was growing rapidly after the end of World War II. The demand for coins was high because the country was experiencing expansion in business, manufacturing, and population. Because of this demand, the Denver Mint produced more than 334 million Lincoln pennies in 1950. With such a large mintage, most of these coins are very common today. In fact, many examples of the 1950 D Wheat Penny are still found in circulation or in coin collections. In average circulated condition, a typical coin might be worth only a few cents, or perhaps slightly more to a collector who enjoys filling coin albums. Even coins in better uncirculated condition usually sell for only a small premium over face value. However, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Sometimes a coin that appears common can become extremely valuable when collectors discover unusual characteristics or rare varieties. These differences often occur during the minting process, when the dies used to strike coins develop small changes or errors. Collectors carefully examine coins using magnifying tools to look for these details. Some of the most famous and valuable coins in history were discovered because someone noticed something unusual about the design. Features such as doubled letters, unusual die cracks, or striking differences in the date can transform an ordinary coin into a rare collectible. One detail that collectors sometimes pay close attention to is the appearance of the numbers in the date. A coin described as having a large date may show numbers that appear slightly thicker, taller, or more pronounced than usual. While this difference may be subtle, experienced collectors know that small variations can sometimes indicate a special die variety. Now imagine finding a 1950 wheat penny with a D mint mark and a bold large date. The coin might show signs of circulation such as small scratches, light discoloration, or dust from decades of handling. It might not appear perfect, and at first glance it could look like just another old penny. But if that coin also displays a rare die variety or unusual striking characteristic, collectors may become extremely interested in it. Even coins that are not in perfect condition can attract attention if the variety is rare enough. This is where the auction market becomes exciting. When collectors compete to acquire a rare coin, the price can rise quickly as bidders try to outbid each other. Auction houses that specialize in rare coins often feature unique pieces that collectors have been searching for many years. Imagine a collector who enjoys searching through rolls of pennies purchased from a bank. Late one evening, while examining coins under a bright lamp, the collector notices a 1950 penny that looks slightly different. The numbers in the date appear larger and more bold than other examples. Curious about the difference, the collector compares the coin with several other 1950 pennies and realizes that this one might be a rare variety. Even though the coin has small scratches from circulation, the unusual characteristics make it worth investigating further. The collector decides to send the coin to a professional grading service. These organizations specialize in examining coins using microscopes and precise tools. Their experts determine whether the coin is genuine and evaluate its condition, rarity, and any special characteristics. Once the coin is authenticated and graded, it is sealed inside a protective holder with an official label describing its grade and variety. This certification gives collectors confidence that the coin is real and accurately evaluated. Now imagine that this certified coin is listed in a major auction. Collectors from around the country begin watching the listing carefully. Some are specialists in Lincoln cents, while others are investors looking for rare coins that may increase in value. The auction begins quietly with a few modest bids, but as collectors recognize the rarity of the coin, the competition begins to grow. Each new bid pushes the price higher and higher. Soon the auction becomes intense as multiple bidders compete for the coin. What started as a simple penny worth only 1 cent suddenly becomes the focus of serious collector attention. In an exciting auction scenario like this, a rare variety of the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny could potentially reach astonishing values. Some collectors speculate that under the right circumstances, with strong demand and confirmed rarity, such a coin could approach values around $50,000 in the competitive auction market. Next coin, the 1946 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny, especially certain rare varieties that collectors search for today. The coin features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected leaders in American history. Lincoln served as the 16th President of the United States and led the country through one of its most difficult periods, the Civil War. Because of his leadership and legacy, his portrait was chosen to appear on the United States 1-cent coin in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of his birth. This was the first regular U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, making the Lincoln cent an important milestone in American coin design. On the front of the coin, which collectors call the obverse, you will see Lincoln's profile, facing to the right. Above his head are the words, "In God we trust." On the left side appears the word liberty, and on the right side you can see the year 1946. Many Lincoln cents also show a small mint mark under the date indicating where the coin was produced, but some coins from that year do not have a visible mint mark and were struck at the main mint facility in Philadelphia. The reverse side of the coin features the famous wheat design that gives the coin its nickname, the wheat penny. Two curved wheat stalks appear along the left and right edges of the coin. In the center you can read the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above these words is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. This classic wheat design was used on Lincoln pennies from 1909 until 1958, before it was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial design. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced shortly after the end of World War II. During that time, the United States economy was beginning to recover and grow again after years of wartime production. Millions of coins were needed for everyday commerce, and the mint produced very large quantities of pennies. because so many 1946 pennies were minted. Most examples are very common today. Many collectors have seen them in old coin collections, jars of change, or even occasionally in circulation. A typical circulated 1946 wheat penny with scratches and wear might only be worth a few cents above its face value. However, the world of coin collecting often rewards those who pay attention to small details. Sometimes coins that appear common at first glance can become extremely valuable when collectors discover rare varieties or unusual minting characteristics. One feature that collectors sometimes notice is the size and style of the numbers in the date. A coin described as having a large date may show numbers that appear thicker or more prominent compared to other examples from the same year. While the difference may be small, experienced collectors carefully examine coins with magnifying tools to identify these variations. Minting errors can also increase the value of a coin dramatically. During the production process, coins are struck by powerful presses that imprint designs onto metal blanks. Occasionally small mistakes occur, such as doubled lettering, unusual die cracks, or striking differences. These mistakes can produce coins that are unique or very rare. Now imagine discovering a 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a bold, large date and unusual striking details. The coin might not look perfect. It may have circulated for many years and show scratches, dust, and signs of wear from being handled thousands of times. At first glance, the coin might seem ordinary, but if collectors discover that the coin belongs to a rare die variety or unusual strike type, its value could rise dramatically. Even circulated coins can become extremely valuable if they display rare characteristics. This is where the excitement of the auction market begins. When a rare coin appears for sale, collectors often compete against each other to win the opportunity to add the piece to their collections. Auctions can create intense bidding battles, especially when the coin is believed to be rare or difficult to find. Imagine a coin collector searching through rolls of pennies obtained from a local bank. The collector sits at a desk under a bright lamp, carefully examining each coin one by one. Most of the pennies are common and quickly set aside. Then suddenly the collector notices a 1946 penny that looks slightly different. The numbers in the date appear unusually bold, and the coin shows subtle details that do not match typical examples. Even though the coin has small scratches and signs of circulation, the collector suspects it might be something special. To confirm the discovery, the collector decides to send the coin to a professional coin grading company. These organizations specialize in examining coins under microscopes and high magnification equipment. Their experts determine whether the coin is genuine and whether it displays any rare varieties or minting characteristics. After careful study, the grading service authenticates the coin and assigns it a grade describing its condition. The coin is then sealed in a protective holder along with an official label explaining the coin's details. Certification is extremely important in the coin collecting world because it gives buyers confidence that the coin is real and properly evaluated. Once a coin is graded and authenticated, it often becomes much more attractive to collectors. Now imagine that this certified 1946 wheat penny is listed in a major coin auction. Collectors from across the country begin watching the listing closely. Some specialize in Lincoln cents, while others collect rare wheat pennies from the 1940s. The auction begins with a few small bids, but soon collectors recognize that the coin might be a rare variety. The competition begins to grow stronger. Each new bid pushes the price higher and higher. What began as a simple penny worth only 1 cent suddenly becomes the focus of intense bidding. Collectors continue raising their offers as they compete to win the coin. In an exciting auction scenario like this, a rare variety of the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny could potentially reach astonishing prices. Some collectors speculate that under the right circumstances, with strong demand and confirmed rarity, a circulated example might reach values approaching $65,000 in the modern auction market. Next coin, the 1951 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny with the D mint mark. Although millions of these coins were produced, certain varieties and collector demand have made some examples extremely valuable in today's auction market. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Lincoln is remembered for his leadership during the Civil War and his enduring legacy as a symbol of freedom and equality. Because of his historical significance, the United States Mint chose Lincoln's portrait to appear on the 1-cent coin in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of his birth. This was the first time a U.S. regular issue coin featured a real historical figure, making the Lincoln cent historically significant. On the obverse, or front of the coin, Lincoln's profile faces to the right. Above his head are the words, "In God We Trust." To the left is the word liberty, and on the right side appears the year 1951. Below the date, you can see a small letter D mint mark, indicating that the coin was struck at the United States Mint facility in Denver. Coins without a mint mark were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, making the presence of the D mint mark an important detail for collectors. The reverse of the coin features the classic wheat design, giving the series its nickname, the Wheat Penny. Two curved wheat stalks frame the edges of the coin, with the words 1 cent and United States of America in the center. Above these inscriptions is the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. This wheat design was used from 1909 until 1958, after which it was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial reverse. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced during a period of post-war economic growth. Millions of pennies were needed for everyday transactions, and the Denver Mint produced approximately 451 million 1951 D pennies. Because of this high mintage, most examples are common and worth only a small premium over face value if found in circulated condition. However, the coin collecting world thrives on small variations and rare features. Even a common coin can become highly valuable if it displays a rare die variety, unusual striking, or other unique characteristics. Collectors study pennies closely to identify these features, often using magnifying tools and proper lighting. One detail that can make a coin more valuable is the appearance of the date, a large date. Variety means that the numbers in the year appear slightly taller, bolder, or more prominent compared with the standard date. While this difference may be subtle, experienced collectors can spot it, and it may indicate a rare variety that is more sought after. Minting errors can also significantly increase a coin's value. Coins are struck by powerful presses that imprint designs onto metal blanks. Occasionally, errors occur, such as doubled lettering, die cracks, or off-center strikes. When these errors appear on a small number of coins, collectors often consider them rare and highly desirable. Now imagine finding a 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a D mint mark, a bold large date, and other subtle features that indicate a rare variety. The coin may have been in circulation for decades, showing scratches, dust, and wear from use in everyday transactions. At first glance, it might appear ordinary, but closer examination could reveal its special characteristics. Collectors often send such coins to professional grading services. These organizations authenticate coins, examine them under magnification, and assign a grade based on condition and rarity. Once certified, the coin is sealed in a protective holder with an official label describing its grade and variety. Certification ensures that collectors and buyers can trust the authenticity and details of the coin. After certification, the coin can be placed in a major auction, where collectors from around the country can bid on it. Some collectors specialize in Lincoln cents, while others are interested in wheat pennies from the 1940s and 1950s. Auctions provide a competitive environment, often pushing the value of rare coins far beyond their face value. Imagine the auctions starting with modest bids, then quickly escalating as collectors recognize the coin's rarity. Each new bid raises the price, and the excitement builds. What started as a simple penny worth 1 cent becomes the center of intense competition. A 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny in fine circulated condition with a large date variety and verified rarity could reach remarkable values in the auction market. Under the right circumstances, such a coin might be valued at approximately $47,000, depending on collector interest and market conditions. Next coin, the 1951 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny, particularly the large date variety, without a mint mark. Even a circulated example, with scratches and moderate, where can hold astonishing value today. The Lincoln Wheat Penny is a piece of American history, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States and is remembered for his leadership during the Civil War and his pivotal role in abolishing slavery. For the first time in U.S. coinage, a real historical figure was featured on a circulating coin, marking a major milestone in the design of American currency. His image has been used on the penny ever since, making it one of the most iconic and enduring portraits in American numismatics. On the front of the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny, or the obverse, Lincoln is depicted in profile, facing right. Above his head is the inscription, "In God We Trust," while the word liberty appears to the left of his portrait. The date, 1951, appears on the right. Unlike coins from the Denver or San Francisco mints, this particular variety of the 1951 penny does not carry a mint mark, which indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins from Philadelphia with the large date are especially noteworthy for collectors because subtle variations in the size and shape of the numbers can make certain coins rare. The reverse side of the coin features the classic wheat design, which earned the series its popular nickname, the Wheat Penny. 2 wheat stalks curve along the edges of the coin, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America in the center. Above these inscriptions is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. This wheat design remained in circulation until 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. Its timeless imagery evokes a connection to the agricultural roots of America and reflects the period in which these coins were first minted. The year 1951 was a period of post-World War II growth in the United States. The economy was expanding, and millions of pennies were minted to meet the demands of commerce. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln pennies in 1951, making most of them common and inexpensive. Many of these pennies circulated widely for decades, leading to scratches, dust accumulation, and natural wear. While most circulated 1951 pennies may only be worth a few cents above face value, certain rare varieties can command much higher prices in today's collector market. One of the key features that can make a 1951 penny more valuable is the large date variety. Coins with large dates have numbers that appear taller or bolder than the standard date. While this may seem like a minor detail to the casual observer, coin collectors pay close attention to such variations. A subtle difference in the size or style of the numerals can indicate a rare die variety, which significantly increases a coin's desirability. Minting anomalies or errors can also enhance a coin's value. During production, coins are struck using powerful presses that imprint the design onto metal blanks. Occasionally, the dies used to strike coins develop defects or create unusual impressions, resulting in minor errors like doubled lettering, die cracks, or slight misalignments. These errors are often very rare and can make a coin highly sought after, even if it shows wear or scratches from circulation. Now imagine coming across a 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a large date and no mint mark. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin, with scratches and signs of circulation. But upon closer examination, subtle details may reveal that it is a rare variety. Experienced collectors often use magnifying tools and proper lighting to scrutinize the date, letters, and surfaces of pennies to identify small, but significant differences that distinguish a standard coin from a collectible rarity. To confirm a coin's value and authenticity, collectors typically turn to professional grading services. These organizations examine coins under magnification, evaluate their condition, and verify any unusual features. Once authenticated, the coin is placed in a protective holder with an official label detailing its grade and any notable characteristics. Certification not only protects the coin, but also gives buyers confidence in its authenticity, making it easier to sell or auction for top dollar. Once certified, the coin can enter the auction market. Collectors across the country, and sometimes even internationally, compete to acquire rare coins. Auctions create a competitive environment where the value of a coin can climb rapidly as bidders recognize its rarity and desirability. A circulated 1951 large date Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, verified as authentic and graded, can attract considerable attention from serious collectors. Imagine an auction where bidders first place modest offers, then gradually increase their bids as they realize the coin's scarcity. Each new bid pushes the price higher. The excitement in such auctions can be intense, with collectors passionately vying for the opportunity to add the coin to their collections. What began as a seemingly ordinary penny suddenly becomes a coveted treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. In today's market, a 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a large date and no mint mark, even in circulated condition with scratches and minor wear, can reach an estimated value of around $42,000. This astonishing figure reflects the combination of rarity, collector demand, and historical significance. Coins like this demonstrate that even everyday currency, once carefully studied and authenticated, can become highly valuable. Next coin, the 1945 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny with the D-mint mark, particularly the large date variety. Even a circulated coin with scratches and dust can hold incredible value in today's auction market. The Lincoln Wheat Penny is a symbol of American history and legacy. It was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, is remembered for his leadership during the Civil War and his pivotal role in abolishing slavery. His image on a circulating coin marked the first time a real historical figure was featured on U.S. currency, establishing the Lincoln cent as a historically significant coin that continues to be cherished by collectors today. On the obverse, or front, of the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny, Lincoln's profile faces to the right. Above his head is the inscription, "In God We Trust," with the word liberty to the left of the portrait. The date, 1945, appears on the right, and just below the date is a small D mint mark, indicating that the coin was struck at the United States Mint in Denver. Coins without a mint mark were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, while a small S mint mark would indicate the San Francisco Mint. The D mint mark makes this particular coin especially interesting to collectors because subtle differences between mint varieties can significantly affect value. The reverse of the coin features the iconic wheat design, which gives the series its popular nickname, the Wheat Penny. Two curved wheat stalks frame the edges of the coin, surrounding the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America in the center. Above these words is the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. This wheat design remained in circulation from 1909 to 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. The design evokes America's agricultural heritage and represents a connection to the mid-20th century when the coin was minted. The year 1945 was a pivotal moment in U.S. history, marking the final year of World War II. During this time, the United States economy was transitioning from wartime production to peacetime growth. Millions of Lincoln pennies were minted to meet the demand for everyday commerce. The Denver Mint produced over 234 million 1945 D. Lincoln Wheat Pennies, making most of these coins relatively common. However, certain varieties, such as the large date variety, are rare and highly sought after by collectors. The large date variety refers to the size and style of the numerals in the year. On a large date coin, the numbers appear slightly taller, bolder, or more pronounced compared to the standard date. While this difference may seem subtle to the untrained eye, it is a critical detail for collectors. Coins with the large date variety are more desirable and can significantly increase the value of the coin, even if it shows signs of circulation. Minting errors can also enhance a coin's value. During the striking process, coins are produced using powerful presses that imprint designs onto metal blanks. Occasionally, dies develop defects, resulting in subtle errors like doubled letters, die cracks, or variations in the date. These errors occur in small quantities, which makes them rare and highly sought after by collectors. Even a circulated coin with scratches and dust can become valuable if it exhibits these unusual features. Now imagine discovering a 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a D mint mark and a large date. At first glance, it may appear ordinary, showing signs of circulation such as small scratches, surface wear, and dust. However, a careful examination might reveal subtle differences in the date, lettering, or design that indicate it is a rare variety. Experienced collectors often use magnifying glasses, loupes, and proper lighting to study coins for these small but critical details. Once a coin is suspected to be rare, it is common practice to submit it to a professional grading service. These organizations specialize in authenticating and grading coins. Experts examine the coin under magnification, evaluate its condition, and verify whether any unusual characteristics are genuine minting variations or errors. After authentication, the coin is encapsulated in a protective holder with an official label indicating its grade and any noteworthy features. Certification increases a coin's marketability and gives collectors confidence in its authenticity and value. After certification, the coin can be sold or auctioned to collectors worldwide. The auction market for rare coins is highly competitive. Collectors who specialize in Lincoln Wheat Pennies or in World War II-era coins will often compete fiercely for a coin that exhibits rare features. Even coins in circulated condition with scratches and dust can generate intense interest if they are verified as a rare variety. Imagine an auction where the bidding starts modestly, but as collectors recognize the rarity and significance of the coin, the competition heats up. Each successive bid pushes the price higher and higher. What began as a simple penny worth 1 cent becomes a prized collectible with the potential to sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Under the right conditions, a 1945 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny in circulated, dusty condition with a large date variety could reach approximately $60,000 in today's market.